reducing complexity, eliminate some process. This is the main benefit of the STP.
Hi, I'm Marco. Today, I want to introduce you to our team in Brazil. For this, I met Bruno Bonetti. Bruno will explain how he serves his customers with the latest STP adhesives. If you're looking for easy and reliable solutions, this episode is for you. So I'm here with Bruno Bonetti from Brazil. You made it all the way to Switzerland. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. It's a pleasure.
So you are in charge of Sika Brazil.
Yes.
Maybe you can introduce yourself quickly to the audience.
Yes, my name is Bruno Bonetti. I'm business manager of Sika Brazil for the industry market.
What do you mean by industry markets?
This is the industrial activities we play. It includes the transportation business, buses, trucks, agricultural and construction machines, the appliance manufacturing. This is wind power business, home appliance, etc. General applications. We have also automotive aftermarket business. It's a very important activity for industry Brazil. Industrial lamination and facade. And marine. It's a very important also.
So you play in many different fields.
Yes, I play in different fields, and for this we have a strong organization in Brazil to serve different markets and also which requires different technologies.
Okay.
That's why we have a manufacturing site in São Paulo state, producing materials for construction, industry and automotive business. And we also have a global R&D center with developing solutions for each technologies. And we have a technical department in Brazil in order to make trials to the customers and also try together develop new solutions. Besides this, we have our sales organization, which is in charge to be close to the customers and to cover all territory in Brazil.
It's been interesting talking to you over the last few days because after COVID, I think one of the biggest challenges for our customer was the supply chain, right?
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that you work very hard in increasing your footprint in Brazil. So maybe you can elaborate a little bit on that.
Yes, definitely. Supply chain has been challenging during these years after the pandemic, for sure. Mainly because the shortage of some raw materials and some technologies, we really depend on Europe and the US, and it has been a very challenging times.
What sort of technologies do you produce in Brazil to supply into the vehicle manufacturing industry?
Actually, after the pandemic, we started to produce all main technologies we deliver to the market in the industrial areas, different segments. We already produced STPs, hot melts, acrylics, epox, and PU2 components.
Okay.
Then we have increased a lot our portfolio with local content in order to reduce the impact of the supply chain, the global supply chain, and also the currency devaluation we have in our country.
Yeah. Over the last few days, we talked a lot about bus manufacturing. I know the bus market is quite big in Brazil, and you play a very big role there. You touched upon STP, silane terminated adhesives. Why are they so popular in Brazil? Because you say you're growing very nicely with this technology in particular.
Yes. Definitely starting talking about the bus manufacturers. This is a very important market for Sika, not only in Brazil, but globally. And we have built a long-term relationship with this market, developed together technologies to improve the manufacturing process of this complex segment. And going to STP, I would say this is a very important technology because we can cover some problems we have in our country, mainly because of specialized labor. We have a lack of specialized labor due to the high turnover we have in the industries. And with this technology, we can provide to the market much easier application in sealing, bonding, in different fields, and also for general sealing, buses, mailing, in some assembly applications with a higher strength material. As an example, we are bonding floor, we are bonding roof, body side panels, and other parts in the buses with this technology.
So what are the specific benefits of STP over other technologies? I mean, I know that STP helps you to reduce complexity during the assembly of buses. What is the specific feature your customer like about your STP adhesives?
Looking to the product, to the technology, it's a sealant and adhesive for sealing bonding application with a very good weather resistance. And the main benefit of this technology is to eliminate a lot of process for surface pretreatment. This is the main benefit of this material.
So you reduce complexity by eliminating some pre-treatment activation processes, which you would have to do with other technologies.
Yes,
mainly.
yes. Yeah. In many applications, it's not necessary. Then we can reduce this. And you talked about cost saving. This is a very important topic because it's not related to price reduction. This is the meaning of cost saving, to reducing complexity, eliminate some process. This is the main benefit of the STP.
And you're clearly doing good based on the response from the Brazilian market, I think. Now, you have covered a little bit of the applications you have in bus manufacturing. You talked about roof bonding, side panel bonding, floor bonding, I don't know, small component bonding. I think one application we have missed so far. How about glass bonding? I mean, windshield bonding is an integral part of your business, right?
Yes, yes. This is also very important application. Then we believe because the design of the cars and also the dimension of the glasses, I mean, in terms of heavy weight and large dimensions, we believe PU is still being the most indicated technology for this application. And also for the manufacturing process, I mean, we have a higher initial strength adhesive, then we can meet the requirements of the customers in terms of not only the safety, but also in terms of the manufacturing process to speed it.
So what you're saying, despite the fact that with PUs you would probably need a little bit more of pre-treatment, there are some processing benefits you achieve with PUs, and especially what you're saying is the sizes of the windshields and the weight which comes with that is requiring our customers to mostly use PUs, because PUs are, I think, high strength than compared to STP adhesives, right?
Yes, definitely. It's a limitation of our STP technology in terms of high strength. But anyway, I wouldn't say it's not possible to bond in glass with STP. We need to evaluate a lot of things, the design, the process requirement, etc.
I think it's actually quite a nice indicator. I mean, when we talk about smaller sized glasses, I think that's something STP technology can absolutely handle, right?
Yeah.
And then the bigger the windshields become, the more heavy they are. Our customers still tend to use high strength PUs with maybe high grab capabilities. And then I think one important point is also creeping, right? The creep resistance of PU which is far better than in STPs, correct?
Yes, that's right. Depends of the project, the design, the dimension, the weight, etc. But definitely it's possible, but you have to be careful. You have to evaluate everything.
So when your customers would work with you, you said you have technical service who do the testing for your customers, make sure that aging performance is right. You have local salespeople in place who can work with your customers, who are local and support your customers. How does it work with your R&D? I believe you have lots of R&D projects going on to develop specific products for the Brazilian market, right?
Yes, we have a strong organization in our R&D. We have a global center in Brazil, and we have different labs for each technology.
Okay.
Totally equipped in order to develop these new solutions, these new products to meet the market requirement, the new requirements, actually.
Thank you. So I hope we were able to provide you a little bit of insight in Sika Brazil. I think we have a very nice case here demonstrating our global capabilities, but at the end regional. I think Sika Brazil plays a very integral part for the region Latin America. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for spending the time with us, and see you soon again.
Yeah, see you. Bye-bye.
And now I think we go back to the studio. We pride ourselves of having great local teams. I hope you enjoyed the story about Sika Brazil. And if you want to know more, watch our next episodes. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel or newsletter when it's about Better Made with Adhesives.